The Crown Princess of Norway's son issues a shocking statement after his arrest last week in Oslo. King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands host a reception in Den Haag. And Queen Rania of Jordan shares a new photo of her granddaughter in Amman. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. So, let's start off the show with some good news, shall we? On Tuesday in Amman, Her Majesty, Queen Rania of Jordan, took to social media to share a new photo of His Majesty, King Abdullah II of Jordan and the Queen, spending time with their newborn granddaughter, Her Royal Highness Princess Iman bint Al Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan. In her social media post, the Queen wrote, quote, "So much cuteness in my arms," end quote. The little princess was born on Saturday, August 3rd, 2024 at the King Hussein Medical Center in Amman. She is the first child of the Royal Highnesses Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II and Princess Rajwa Al Hussein of Jordan. She is so adorable. Oh. In Den Haag, Their Majesties King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands hosted a reception at Paleis Huis ten Bosch for Dutch athletes who won medals during the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris. During the Olympic Games, Team Netherlands won a total of 34 medals, 15 gold in several sporting events, including track cycling, sailing, and 3x3 basketball, 7 silver, and 12 bronze. This afternoon, His Majesty, King Mohammed VI of Morocco, held a meeting with the Olympic gold medal winner in the men's 3,000-meter steeplechase, Mr. Sofiane El Bakkali, at the Royal Palace in Tétouan. In Brussels, highly respected Belgian journalist Mr. Wim de Hanschutter reported that His Royal Highness Prince Emmanuel of Belgium will soon move abroad to, quote, study languages and sports at an academy. He will continue to be involved in royal activities, end quote. Prince Emmanuel is the second son of Their Majesties King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, who recently graduated from the International School of Brussels, where he received his International Baccalaureate. And finally, in Oslo, Mr. Marius Borg Høiby, the 27-year-old son of Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, released a statement through his attorney, Mr. Øyvind Brattelian, regarding the violent incident that took place in the early morning hours of Sunday, August 4th, 2024, at an apartment in Oslo. Quote, "Last weekend, something happened that should never have happened. I committed bodily harm and destroyed objects in an apartment in the intoxication of alcohol and cocaine after an argument. I have several mental disorders, which mean that throughout my upbringing and adult life, I have had, and still have, challenges. I have struggled with substance abuse for a long time, something I have been in treatment for in the past. I will now resume this treatment and take it very seriously. The drug use and my diagnosis do not excuse what happened in the apartment at Frogner on the night of Sunday last weekend. I want to be responsible for what I have done and will explain myself truthfully to the police. For me, the most important thing is to say sorry to my girlfriend. She deserved neither what happened that night nor the extreme pressure from both the Norwegian and foreign press afterwards. Being pursued by photographers and journalists at a time like this, I know, has been tough to stand in. I also want to apologize to my family. I know that my actions have greatly affected you. So, to my love, I'm sorry. This should never have happened, and I take full responsibility for my actions. Signed, Marius Borg Høiby. End quote. It gets worse. After Mr. Borg Høiby's statement was released, Mr. Øyvind Brattelian issued a statement to the Norwegian television network NRK, noting that Mr. Borg Høiby has not, quote, formally taken a position on criminal guilt, as he has not been questioned. But in the reality, there is an acknowledgement of criminal guilt after the charge. End quote. After Mr. Borg Høiby's statement was released and Mr. Brattelian's statement was released, Ms. Mette Yvonne Larsen, the legal aid attorney representing the victim in this case, spoke via text to NRK. Quote, my client has been waiting for this, for him to admit what he has done, and for him to apologize and lie down. She has also wanted him to go for questioning. So she also hopes that he does this now, that there is not just a message like that, but that he actually goes to the interrogation and pleads guilty. End quote. When asked about Mr. Borg Høiby admitting that he's, well, an addict, Ms. Larsen replied, quote, it is good that he's speaking out and admitting a drug problem, and she, the client, is happy about that. End quote. On Tuesday, the Norwegian Police Service's Oslo district issued a press release regarding the violent incident between Mr. Borg Høiby and the victim. Quote, the police received Sunday 4 August at 12:30 a report of a violent incident carried out in an apartment on Frogner in Oslo during the night. The police went out to the relevant apartment where this allegedly happened. Based on information from the victim and investigations carried out on the spot, it was decided to report Høiby. It was then decided to arrest him for bodily harm. The police located that Høiby was at Skaugum in Aska, where he was arrested by the police at Jönsløkka School on Sunday 4 August at 16:10, which is 4 p.m. He met there by agreement with the police who had contacted him by telephone a short time before. The arrest took place calmly. Høiby was released from custody on Monday 5 August at 15:39. Høiby is in a relationship with a woman who was subjected to the physical abuse. The police do not have information that the woman has suffered serious injuries, but it will be a part of the investigation to map out the extent of the victim's injuries. The charge has since been extended to cover damage to the apartment. Høiby has not wanted to explain himself as of now, but the police are in dialogue with the defense attorney about possible questioning. The police will also carry out follow-up interviews with the victim. We will also collect witness information and other documentation in the case. The case is being investigated by the Center Unit Oslo Police District. End quote. According to reliable sources, during the violent incident, Mr. Borg Høiby allegedly, quote, hit and choked, end quote, the victim. Ms. Larsen also mentions these allegations when she spoke with NRK this afternoon. These reliable sources also noted that Mr. Borg Høiby allegedly made, quote, serious threats in telephone conversations with the woman, end quote, after he fled the apartment. The Norwegian magazine Se og Hør, who broke the story last week, somehow managed to get a hold of the photos of the damaged apartment. In the photos, one can see broken glass everywhere, a chandelier ripped from the ceiling, and a knife in the wall. In last Wednesday's episode, I reported that a knife was found in the wall of the unnamed woman's apartment. And I basically read half of the Norwegian Penal Code, specifically Chapter 25, Section 272, Serious Bodily Harm. But don't worry, I won't read the entire thing again, but I will mention Category F of Section 272, where it says, quote, committed by using a knife or other particularly dangerous tool, end quote. If the police decide to add additional charges, such as serious bodily harm, not bodily harm, but serious bodily harm, and he is convicted, Mr. Borg Høiby could face a maximum of 6 years in prison. Meanwhile, the Royal Court of Norway confirmed that they will not comment about the case. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I hope to be back tomorrow on Thursday, August 15th, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you, your family, and your friends a wonderful afternoon. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you'd like, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss a new episode. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all soon. Take care.